Hi lovelies, welcome to my YouTube channel, and as you all know, this is Amara and you are on Talk with Amaar. If this is your first time of seeing my beautiful face, please don't make it your last. You're much appreciated. Please hit the subscribe button. I really do appreciate your efforts, and if you have been on this boat, you guys are the real VIPs. Thank you so much. Please hit the notification bell so you can get notified on when I release subsequent wonderful content and videos. Hi, on today's episode of Talk with Amaar, we're going to be talking about a series of things you should do before you love, series of things you should do before you get committed to a person. And then the first on our series today is heal before you deal. Heal. You should heal before you deal. Everyone has had a traumatic experience in the past. Everyone has had one painful experience they need to deal with or they had to go through. And these experiences are not things we usually plan for. Nobody ever set out in life planning for a bad experience. No. But you see, experiences are necessary because these are things that has shaped and molded us into who we are today. Some experiences are good, some experiences are bad, and some experiences are needed and necessary. However you may think of it, whether it's a good one or a bad one, some of these experiences are needed. And if you do not heal, you won't be able to deal effectively with the person or whatever you set out to do after the experience. Now, here is the thing about experiences. You see, experiences are necessary to teach us, and the pain would only leave you when it is done teaching you the lesson you are supposed to learn. The pain will only leave you when you have learned the lesson. And any lesson you do not learn, you keep attracting the reoccurrence of that experience. So the experience will keep repeating itself. It keep repeating itself in different forms. You may not know, but it will keep repeating itself in different forms until you learn the lesson you are supposed to learn. Now think of it. If God had told you to read 1,000 books every month to be able to have the level of knowledge that you have, or to be able to, be the elegant you watching this video, if God had told you to read 1,000 books every month, would you have been able to read it dedicatedly, committedly, and consistently? Would you have been able to? Or if your parents had told you to read your Bible 3 times a day for the next 365 days, so that you can be able to amass the level of wisdom that you have, the you watching me now, would you have been able to do it dedicatedly? So you see, the consistency and dedication may not be there. Even the willingness to do it, you may not have been able to keep up with that. So God has so many tools for teaching us, and one of the tools he uses in teaching us is experiences. In fact, I see it that experiences are God's quickest and fastest go-to tools to teach us. Now, the problem is some of these experiences are most times bad, and you see, it's in the bad experiences that life hides its own lessons. Good experiences have nothing to teach you because you're just there jollificating and you're happy. Who really learns anything from a merriment or a merry moment? So it's in the bad experiences that life hides its lessons, those impeccable lessons that you should learn. Now, what people do is that they go through these experiences and they cling onto the pain, they cling onto the hurts instead of clinging onto the lessons. No, when you cling on it, you are not open to your blessings. When you cling on it, you are not open to the next phase, because I realized that after every phase of storm, there's always a phase of calmness. There's always a phase of stillness. So after every phase of a bad experience, there's always a blessing at the end of it. Now, if you don't learn the lessons from the bad experiences and heal from it, you are most likely not going to be able to manage the blessing God has kept after the bad events that you are experiencing. So what people do is that they go through the bad experiences, hold on to the pain instead of holding on to the lesson. They would not heal, then they meet the blessings and then destroy the blessings with the pain. See, nobody wants an emotional baggage. They destroy the blessing, they destroy the person, they destroy the opportunity God has placed on their way with the baggages that they have carried from the bad experiences. Look, God does not work with our feelings. God's timing doesn't work with our feelings. If God's time is that in the year 2023, He's going to send you your better half, He's going to send you that job opportunity you're looking for, God's timing could be that in 2023 He's going to send you that big contract. He's going to send you that thing you've been praying for. That is His timing. Whether you are healed or not, whether you're carrying your emotional baggages or you're sulking in, or you have decided to allow your experiences turn you to a monster, God doesn't work with your feelings. He's going to be faithful and bring that thing He has scheduled to bring at that particular time. Now it's left for you to embrace the blessing and fully maximizing it, or you carry your emotional baggages and destroy opportunities. Stop putting yourself in a prison of hurts when those who have actually hurt you have moved on. So many people who have hurt us in the past have moved on with their lives. So many of them don't even know that they had even hurt us, or they don't even know the magnitude of what they have done to us, and they are all out there living their lives freely. Stop boxing yourself. Stop putting yourself in a box of hurts. You imprison yourself. You deny yourself of enjoying the blessings of life. You deny yourself of being happy just because you are sulking, you're brooding. Heal. You need to heal before you deal. The person who is in your life who genuinely loves you deserves to be loved fully and effectively by you. And you cannot love a person when you are still hurting. You can't. Hurt people usually hurts people. Yes, hurt people always end up hurting others, and then you see the cycle continues. They are hurt, they hurt the next person hurts the other person, and at the end of the day, it's a messed up world. You owe the people in your life the responsibility of protecting their love towards you. You owe the people in your life the responsibility of protecting their trust, the trust they have towards you. You owe them that. So many of us are so irresponsible and careless towards the people who genuinely love us. And bear it in mind, we don't have too many good people out there. So if you have someone who interestingly cares about you, please protect them by all means. Protect them by all means. You have to heal before you deal. Our healing processes vary. The way you heal is different from how another person heals. So someone could be in your life, or you could have a good opportunity, or whatever good thing that is happening to you. Ensure you are accountable. Ensure that you open up about what you're going through to the person, especially if they have earned it. Open up to them. Now, here is the thing about life. Anytime you mistakenly or intentionally bruise or hurt the person who genuinely loves you, do you know what you're simply doing? You're not just hurting them, you're also denying yourself the opportunity of being loved. It's the truth. Anytime you sulk, anytime you allow life pass you by, you think you're doing others. No, you're hurting yourself. You're also destroying yourself. Opportunities will pass you by, life will pass you by, people will pass you by, even love will pass you by. And at the end of the day, you may think you're doing it to others, but at the end of the day, you're doing it back to you. Again, God does not work with our emotions. God's blessings, God's timings doesn't work with our emotion. God will bless you regardless of whether you're ready for the blessing or not. He's going to send people your way. He's going to send love your way. He's going to send opportunities your way. He's going to send anything good your way. It's left for you to heal, and heal quickly. Nobody has that time. Time is short. People do not understand. You can't spend 30 years healing for one thing. Excuse you. Do you know what 30 years means? You can't spend so much time healing from one thing. Heal quickly. So heal before you deal, and also heal quickly. Do you know you are privileged to go through the things you have gone through? Not everyone has the grace or the privilege to experience the kind of things you have experienced. Your experiences are your exposure. Your experiences are your brand. See, your experiences is what has made you you. I mean, no two person has the same experience. No. Think of the people who have been able to leave a legacy for their lives. The people who have been able to, draw out a craft that everyone knows them for. Most of those crafts were born out of experiences. So they turned that pain into gain. They healed. You can never love effectively without healing. Look, love is like someone trying to pour water into you. Now, there has to be an empty container before the water being poured can be collected. Now, if someone is trying to love you and you're still hurting, they will keep pouring their love on you, and it keeps bouncing on a hard rock. It keeps bouncing on a rock. So you don't receive it, it gets wasted, and at the end of the day, the person would move on. See, people would move on. People would always leave you if it takes time for you to really come, they would leave. Almost every one of us had to go through one trauma or the other. Parental trauma, childhood trauma, biological trauma, economical trauma, all sorts of trauma. If you don't heal, it's going to crop up in an aspect of your life that you didn't even plan for, and screw up everything. Look, an unattended yesterday has the capacity of ruining your tomorrow. Is the truth. So many people have become a shadow of themselves. So many persons have become beasts. So many persons have become brands and personalities that they shouldn't become, because they never attended to the hurts of yesterday, because they never attended to the issues of yesterday. They didn't heal from it. And that's the thing with us. What we do is we isolate ourselves from the pain. We distance ourselves from the pain, and then bury the pain with activities. We start to go to work, we start to do other things, we bury it without attending to it. And let me tell you, every pain not attended to is like a grenade. It's like a time bomb waiting to explode. Now one day you just find yourself behaving irrational, and you're wondering where this is coming from, because you do not know that all you have done over the years is covering up your pains instead of dealing with them. Go through the process, face it head on, feel it. It's in feeling the pain that you would learn the lessons thereof. And see, we should be careful about how we treat people in our healing processes. If you don't heal, you can't deal. If you don't heal, you're going to lose people, you're going to lose opportunities, you're going to lose so many things, in fact, blessings. I was once going through a phase in my life, and as a result of that, I couldn't reciprocate the care and the friendship I was getting from my friends. And this is a real life story. I was going through so much because of what someone did to me. So I isolated myself. I sort of decided to stay on my own. I saw everyone as a threat. I sort of, wanted to be on my own. I was not taking calls. I wasn't talking to people, people who reached out to me. I ignored all of them, not because I was a snob, not because I was a bitch, but because I was hurting. I was really, really going through a lot, and I never opened up to anyone. Now they kept on reaching out to me. I would ignore them, ignore their calls, ignore messages. Even it was so bad that some of them made efforts to try to know my house, but I would just hide away from them and things like that. You know what? At some point they all got offended because they didn't know I was isolating myself because I was hurting. They felt I was isolating myself because I was hurting, because I looked down on them or some. Everyone had their own perception about me, and they all moved on. As I'm talking to you, most of them are outside the country. They are absolutely doing well for themselves. They are doing well. Some of them got jobs with multinationals. Some of them got married. They all moved on. Now, when it dawned on me that, look, I was wasting my life and I was sulking and I was not healing. Instead of me to move past what was happening to me, heal, be intentional about my healing, be ready, accept what has happened and move on. By the time I realized my mistakes, I realized what I was doing. It was late because they had all moved on and no one was talking to me. I became lonely. That was how I lost all my friends. I lost people who would have been probably of good impact or good help to me. Because last month, I needed to do something. And I know two of my friends who are in the UK, and I needed something so urgently. It dawned on me that I didn't have access to them anymore. Why am I saying this? Because I allowed my pain to drain me instead of healing, instead of accepting, instead of being responsible to protect my friendships, instead of me to be accountable, instead of me to, heal and heal quickly, or better still, be open to them. I would have just told them, look, this is what I'm facing. They would have helped me, or they would have understood why I was behaving like that, or they would have also, sort of, be tolerant, or patient. And these are things we do to our spouses, our place of work, and whosoever or whatever it is that we are doing. You need to heal before you deal. You really need to heal before you deal with love. You need to heal before you deal with your career. You need to heal before you deal with your friends, with your spiritual life, with your business, whatever. You need to heal. If you don't heal, you're just going to keep carrying baggages everywhere. Baggages. Nobody likes a baggage. And nobody is in your mind to know what you're going through. If you don't open up, people will move on. They will move on. And when they move on, you will lose the access to them. I became lonely. I didn't have friends like everyone. I didn't have friends like I used to. No one cared. Not that they didn't care, but I didn't treat them the way I was supposed to treat them. And they all left with a bad perception about me because they all thought I was snubbing them or I was ignoring them. No, I wasn't. I was just struggling with myself. So, heal before you deal. Heal. It's applicable both to your marriage, relationship, business. If you don't heal from a past experience, you're going to screw up today's opportunity. Heal before you deal. If you don't heal, you are going to keep creating the same cycle of negative occurrences around you. The same cycle. Everybody who comes around you with encounter you for a bad, like they will always have a bad thing to say about you. Heal before you deal. The day you heal, you put an end to a repetition of that thing you have gone through. Heal. Your healing makes you wiser. Your healing makes you better. Heal before you deal. Life is in phases, and whatever phase you are in will certainly have a closing balance. And your closing balance for every phase you're in becomes your opening balance for your next phase. So if you screw up the phase you are in, be rest assured that your opening balance for the next phase will be a screwed up phase. Everything is linked. Everything is linked. So this point ends here, and here becomes the starting point for the next phase, and it just keeps going on and on. The most underrated thing about life is peace. People underrate peace, and peace comes with how you handle life. Peace comes with how you manage yourself, and how you manage yourself depends on what you know, the level of your understanding. Most of the people who hurt you acted the way they acted because of the level of knowledge they have. If they knew better, they wouldn't treat you that way. So you need to heal, forgive, accept what has happened, and move on. Move on. If you don't heal, you are denying yourself of the blessings, of the good things you should enjoy. I lost out on my good friends and they are all doing well. Who knows, maybe one of them would have been the one helping me now. I lost out because I didn't heal. I lost out because I didn't heal and move on quickly from what I was dealing with. And now they have all moved on and I don't have access to them. So you need to heal before you deal. This is applicable to every aspect of your life. Don't be a monster because of a past experience. In fact, if your past experience makes you a monster, then it makes you a fool. No, you shouldn't become a bad person because of a past experience. Don't put yourself in a prison of hurt. Don't put yourself in a prison. Don't isolate yourself. Life is not waiting for you. Life keeps going. Don't ruin friendships because you feel hurt. Nobody is everybody. Nobody is like the person who has hurt you. Nobody. The person who has hurt you is one person. Every 12 has one Judah, only one Judah. So why would you judge people like that? Don't. Life would not wait for you. You need to heal so that you can deal. You need to heal so that you won't go through life losing out on everything. And I really hope this helps you. Bear it in mind that every 24 hours has its own blessing. Every day you wake up from sleep has one person you should meet, has an opportunity you should explore, has a blessing you should tap into. And if you are not healed, you're going to go through every 24 hours of the day without noticing the blessings, without noticing the person who cares about you, without noticing the opportunity you should take on, without noticing the people who care about you. Your partner deserves to be loved. Your children deserve to be loved. That is why we have toxic parents, parents who never dealt with their pain. Your people, everyone around you deserves to be respected. Heal before you deal. It's crucial. Heal before you deal. Accept what has been done. One way of healing is to accept what has happened. And once you accept, look, this person did this to me, then it helps you to forgive them. Every experience is necessary to make you who you are. Every experience is necessary to make you who you are. You wouldn't be where you are without the experiences. You would have been a simpleton. You would have been a stupid person. So every experience is necessary. And please handle your experiences well because people revolve. Trust me, I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. People revolve. People will move on. They will move on. And most times, opportunity lost cannot be recovered. Bear it in mind that your experience is your brand. Your pain is your brand. And until next time, I'm going to be releasing other series before you love. There are other things to do. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, I am Amara and this is Talk with Amaar.